Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are putting together a playbook for your career. We're going to distill some crucial lessons on how to win deals, how to lead with real integrity, and, this is a big one, how to master your own mindset when things get tough. We've collected some seriously powerful insights on what it takes to succeed, so let's jump right in. Okay, let's start with this idea right here, because it's so important. Being underestimated, it's not a bad thing at all. In fact, it's a superpower. Think about it. When people don't see you as a threat, what happens? They get lazy. They don't prepare. But you've done the work. And that gap, well, that's your playground. That's where you win. All right, so with that mindset in place, let's get tactical. We're talking about a core skill for any professional, winning the deal. But here's the twist. We're not talking about crushing your opponent. It's about how you walk up to that table and architect a win for everybody involved. It's not a fight, it's a design project. So how do you do it? It really boils down to 3 key steps. First, and this is maybe the most overlooked part, you have to listen. I mean, really listen. Your goal is to figure out what a win looks like for them. What do they actually want? Oftentimes, it's something that costs you almost nothing to give. Second, you use silence, strategically, and we'll get into that. And finally, you put it all together and build that mutual victory.
Right. Silence can also be a weapon. This is such a powerful tool. You know that awkward pause in a conversation? Don't rush to fill it. Most people absolutely hate silence. It makes them nervous. And when people get nervous, they talk. And when they talk, they tend to reveal what's really on their mind. Their biggest concerns, their non-negotiables. So just sit back, let the silence do the heavy lifting for you. Okay, so once you've architected that great deal, it doesn't just end there. The best deals, the ones that really matter, aren't just one-off transactions. They're the start of something bigger, a real, authentic relationship. It's about building a foundation where you're both rooting for each other to succeed, way beyond this single negotiation. And this is where the magic really happens. When you move past just the nuts and bolts of the deal and actually build a connection, the whole game changes. It stops being about me versus you. Suddenly, you genuinely want them to win, and guess what? They want you to win too. This isn't just about building trust for the long haul. It opens up doors to opportunities you couldn't even see before. It lets you solve huge problems together that you could never tackle alone.
Okay, speaking of partnerships, as a leader, the most important partnerships you'll ever have are with your team. I mean, your success is completely tied to them. You can have the most brilliant plan ever, but if you don't have the right people to make it happen, it's just a piece of paper. So let's talk about how you build that team. What do you really look for?
This is a really powerful way to think about hiring. On one side of the scale, you've got the stuff that's pretty easy to teach, right? Technical skills, how your company does things, internal processes. You can train for that. But look at the other side. This is the stuff that's hard to teach, maybe even impossible. Things like agency, that drive to just get things done, good judgment, and emotional intelligence. Street smarts. The lesson here is simple. You hire for the things you can't teach.
I mean, it really all comes down to this. You want to impress me? Be a good person. Seriously, forget the Ivy League degree or the perfect resume for just a minute. Ask yourself, is this a good person? Can I trust them? Do I respect them? At the end of the day, all the talent in the world doesn't matter if the character isn't there. In fact, it's dangerous. Just hire good people.
Okay, so you've negotiated great deals, you've built strong relationships, you've hired an amazing team, but all of that gets put to the test when things go sideways, and they will. So our next lesson is about the ultimate stress test, leading under pressure. How do you hold it all together when you're in the middle of a hurricane? So when the pressure is on, the world gets incredibly loud, doesn't it? You've got criticism coming from all sides, you've got people taking cheap shots. It's just noise. And your number one job, the most important skill in that moment, is to find the signal in all that noise. You have to learn what to listen to and what to just let go. Because if you get distracted by all the chatter, you're sunk. And there's actually an ancient philosophy that's perfect for this. It's called Stoicism. And you can think of it like an internal operating system for modern leaders. It's not about being emotionless or robotic. It's actually a super practical framework that's all about one thing: figuring out what you can control and what you can't. And then you put all your energy into what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, your responses, and you learn to accept the rest. This quote from the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius just hits it perfectly. The soul becomes dyed the color of its thoughts. Just think about that for a second. If you spend all your time dwelling on negativity, responding to every critic, what color does your soul become? What you choose to focus on, that's what you become. It's a powerful reminder to protect your mental real estate.
So, what's the ultimate difference against all this? It's knowing who you are, period. Because if you don't have a strong sense of your own values, your own mission, the mob will give you one. They will tell you who you are, and if you're not careful, you'll start to believe them. When you define yourself from the inside out, all that external noise, it just loses its grip.
And that brings us to our final lesson. It's a powerful metaphor that perfectly sums up how to handle all the negativity and attacks that are just part of the game. It's about the eagle and the crow.
So let me ask you this. When you're attacked professionally, and you will be, how do you respond? You know what I'm talking about? Someone undermines you in a meeting, takes a cheap shot online. What do? Do you fight back? Do you get down in the mud with them? Or is there a better way?
Well, let's look at these two strategies. You have the crow's strategy, peck, annoy, attack from behind where you can't be seen. It's a small, agitating kind of fight. Now look at the eagle strategy. It's fascinating. The crow is one of the only birds brave enough to harass an eagle. It'll land on its back and just start pecking away. But the eagle, it doesn't fight back. It doesn't waste energy trying to shake the crow off. It does something else entirely. It just starts to fly higher.
And the outcome is always the same. As the eagle soars higher and higher, the air gets thinner, and eventually the crow just can't breathe at that altitude. It has no choice but to fall away. The eagle never fought. It didn't engage. It simply rose above the fight to a place where the crow couldn't follow.
So that's the final question I want to leave you with. In your career, when that inevitable criticism comes, will you be the eagle or will you be the crow? You always have a choice. You can engage in every petty fight, or you can use all that energy to simply fly higher.